Hey guys, it's Christopher. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I would like to share with you what gears you should bring in your makeup kit when you got booked for a fashion show in Man Fashion Week. For those who doesn't know me, let me introduce myself. I was graduated in École de Maquillage Fleurimont in Paris in the year 2000. And I spent the last 20 years as a freelance makeup artist in Paris. It's only until the pandemic that I started to travel back and forth between my hometown, Hong Kong, and Paris. I have the privilege to have worked on over 250 fashion shows between New York, London, Milan, and Paris. And I'm so grateful to have been chosen to be the key makeup artist on a few men's shows in my Parisian days. So let us begin. Let's go through my makeup gear. Let's start with the skincare. So the first thing I would like to talk about is the rose water from Nuxe that I've been using for years. It's got a very gentle scent of roses, which appreciated by a lot of models. Then, of course, that is not the only thing that I would bring.
Wow.
Well, so I would also bring the Uriage thermal water spray with me for those who has really sensitive skin. It's something really good to have in your makeup kit since you could moisturize the skin and also wet your beauty blender with it, or even to moist your makeup brushes if you want to intensify your eyeshadow. So it's a good thing to have. Okay, now let's go through the moisturizers. It's always good to bring a couple of moisturizer for different kind of skin type. One for combination skin, the other one for sensitive or dry skin. So in my gear, I do have this SensiBiafine light texture gel cream that I always use. For those who got combination skin. It is moisturizing without getting really greasy, and it's a gel cream texture that can be absorbed by the skin quite easily. So for the dry skin, I have the Toleriane Ultra Cream from LaRoche Posay, which is a rather rich moisturizer under a fluid texture that can be used on very dry skin. Okay, now, FYI, both of the moisturizer are fragrance-free and also paraben-free. So even for the most sensitive skin, you can use it without any worries. Now for the lips. I always use Luxe's Papaw ointment to moisturize the model's lips. Especially male models, some of them they got really chapped lips. This one will soothe it and heal it almost instantly. Okay? I would also carry a Vaseline Lip Therapy Rosy Lips with me for those that are naturally having a really dark lips color. Okay, last but not least, let's talk about makeup removers. One of the must-have makeup remover, I think most of you already know, the Bioderma Micellar Water Makeup Remover. It is very gentle, even for the most sensitive skin, you could use it without any problem, okay? Then I would always bring the Loréal eye makeup remover with me, just in case that we need to remove waterproof makeup such as eyeliner or mascara. Okay, now for the foundation. MAC Face and Body Foundation would be a must-have light texture sheer coverage foundation that you should have in your makeup kit. Although I love them, but I would always carry another set of foundation just in case, because there would always be some model would be allergic to the MAC Face and Body. So I will also bring the Shiseido Synchro Skin Self Refreshing Tint. They have really similar finish and the same sheer texture. So it's always good to have the both of it, or anything that is close to that consistency. Okay, so now let's talk about concealer. I believe most of my fellow makeup artist friends will agree with me. It's always good to have the Bobbi Brown BBU palette with you, since with only one palette, you could basically manage all kind of skin tones. So it's good to have. I would also bring a couple different kind of liquid concealer for the eye area that is more delicate. So personally, I quite like the Chanel Éclat Lumière concealer pan. Or sometimes if someone got really heavy dark circle, I would be using the Revlon Candid Antioxidant concealer instead for the eye area only. For powder, it would be two different kind of finish. One would be a matte finish, and another one I'll be bringing something that is a little glowy finish, skin-like glowy finish. Okay, for the matte finish powder, I actually have two different kind, because when you're doing a show, you try to cover all the skin tone, okay? My personal fave is the Chanel Natural Loose Powder that I've been using for years. And then lately, I have discovered the Kylie Cosmetic Setting Powder as well. Why I have the both of it? Because the Chanel one only have a few shades and it's quite fair on most of it. So with the Kylie Cosmetic one, then I can cover for like darker or ethnic skin tone. One thing that is amazing about these two, they are both in matte finish. And it's also good to have a few compact powder for the retouch on the lineup when you're doing a show. The one that I have is from MAC, the Blot Powder. I have it in the whole variety of shades, so they're good to have. And now, for the glowy skin finish, I have the Beiges de Chanel Healthy Glow Skin Powder, which does give a little sheen on the skin, is look a bit more reflective, a little glowy, which is also nice for show. So now let's talk about contouring and highlights. It is rather rare that you'll be asked to do a really heavy contouring on a men's show. Most of the time we'll just be doing a light powder contouring with a matte finish bronzing powder. In my kit I do have a few different kind of it. I have the bronzing powder from Kylie Cosmetic. I have the Bronze to Paradise, a few shades of it from Loréal Paris. And I also have the Real Bronze from Chantecaille. Mostly you'll be like using this to warm up the skin tone or do a very light powder contouring. For highlighters, it is good to have a couple of different cream highlighters, such as Madina Shiny Stay or the Balm Essentiel from Chanel, which are very popular as a highlighter. And the Shade and Illuminate palette from Tom Ford is also good for highlighting. So one last thing for the highlighters, it is good to have the MAC lip gloss, because some of the makeup artists like to use it as a highlighter on the cheeks, or use it on the eyelid to give extra shine, even on the boys on the men's shows. Okay, for the blusher, it is also something quite rare that you'll be asked to do a cheek colors on a male model on a one-way show, but you could always bring it. You never know if that day they doesn't look so healthy or they're so tired, you might need a little punch to the face. My latest favorite product, I've only got it like since a couple of months, is the liquid blusher from Revolution London. It gives a very natural glow and a little bit of color on the skin without you be able to noticing it. So they're very good. Or for some of you that tend to use powder blusher, that's fine too. Just bring the shades that you like. Make sure they are in matte finish, okay? Okay, now for the eyebrows. At men shows, sometimes we'll be asked to fill in the gaps of a model's eyebrows. I do have a set of Sisley eyebrow pencil for that purpose. They are one of the very first to create eyebrow pencil that is so thin, so you can do like feather stroke easily. It doesn't seem to be too dramatic or like over the top cartoon eyebrows. So these are quite good to have. I would also carry a set of Chanel brow gel to fix the eyebrow right after that to make it look more natural. So the one that I have one that is transparent and two are with colors. One is like a dark brown and one is like a dark blonde. Just to fix the eyebrow and have it brush up and looks quite handsome. There's one new thing that's been quite hyped within the last few years, which is brow soap. The one that I have is from Beauty Bay UK. You can fix eyebrow easily. You can use it to do a brush up brow with no problems. Okay, this is the one that I have. It doesn't mean it's the best in the world. The one from Anastasia Beverly Hills is also very popular. It's also something to be considered. So now we talked about the makeup products that you need to bring. We talked about the skincare and so on. But there are also a few things that you better have in your makeup kit while you're doing a Man Fashion Week. First thing first, it would be eye drops. You know, with the Fashion Week, it could be really early call times. The model have really little rest. So sometimes they might show up with red eyes or like looking really tired. So in my makeup kit, I always got some eye drops for them. The one that I have is a Japanese eye drops that is from Sato. This one would actually relieve wet eyes almost instantly, so it's good to have. If you guys would prefer Vaseline, which is still one of the most popular eye drops that all the makeup artists are still using. So if you prefer that, go for it, no problem. Okay, so the eye drops that I mentioned was for those who doesn't wear contact lenses. I will always carry a pack of artificial tears for those that are wearing contact lenses. I don't know about you guys. Personally, I do wear contact lenses, and every so often your eyes will get really dry. So this will help you to lubricate the contact lenses and also your eyes. So now we are doing men shows at Man Fashion Week. It is important to carry a shaving kit with you, just in case the model has really early call times. They forgot to shave or they got a patch of beard that haven't been shaved. This would always come in handy, okay? It need not to be something fancy. I've been carrying the Nivea shaving foam for years. It's safe to use on really sensitive skin. If you guys have another option of it, just make sure that you have a shaving foam with you. That is for sensitive skin and it would be fine, okay? And for shaving foam, you will need razors. Just grab maybe a pack of disposable razors from any drugstores. That can do the trick. I believe some of you might know what that is. It's a blotting paper, because some of the time for the retouch, you just want to take away the sebum on model's face without adding any products on it. So a blotting paper would be best for that purpose. The one that I have is from Gatsby, which is a Japanese drugstore brand. That is quite easy to get in most of the drugstore. But please make sure the blotting paper that you are using is the formula that is without, I say without powder on it, because you just want to blot out the sebum out of the model's face without adding anything on top that could actually change the makeup, okay? So on a fashion show, sometimes models will be wearing shorts or some sleeveless garment, then their body parts will be revealed. So it is good to carry a moisturizer with you, a body lotion with you that is under fluid texture. One that I have is from Vaseline Intensive Care Body Lotion. By the way, please make sure if you're carrying a body lotion that you prefer, they are not scented, because we will never know if the model or the client that you have in front of you, if they are allergic to a certain scent, if they're allergic to a certain perfume. So please make sure they are non-perfect, okay? So now I would like to share with you guys some French, because as I told you guys, I spent like the last 20 years in France. The produit du jour is lait pour le corps. Lait, that's mean milk. The T on the end doesn't pronounce in French. Pour, that's mean for. Le corps, that's mean the body. So lait pour le corps, milk for the body, that's mean body lotion, okay? So let me pronounce it slowly, you guys can follow me, okay? Lait pour le corps. Lait pour le corps. Hope this information that I share would be useful for you guys, and if you guys have any kind of personal favorite products, please leave a comment and let me know, because I'm always curious to try new products. So feel free to leave me a comment about your personal fave, okay? Thanks for watching. Don't forget to comment, like and share, and I'll see you guys very soon. Bye bye for now.